And yibbity what is going on? Hope everybody's doing alright, doing fancy, doing fresh. Actually, before I start this episode of Saturday Straight with You After Party, let me quickly give my respect and sincere recognition and acknowledgement of the traditional and original custodians of all the land masses around the world, that being the indigenous people of the particular country where I'm coming from right now. I'm broadcasting. It would be the Ghana people of the Adelaide Plains, Adelaide area, and that being the past, present, and future, and also to my, my particular heritage, and to yours, sincerely to yours as well, and maybe recognize the fact that we can live together in harmony uh, on Earth, in harmony with also each other and nature. And I think cannabis or ganja is a great a way to implement that, and it's already is a great example. You could observe that how it brings together people of you know different walks of life that would never normally engage with each other, but through cannabis they do. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. So either way, I'll drop the link down. If anybody wants to come up, feel free to come up and talk on the panel. Uh, Nothing really planned, just going along with it. And after the strain review of Jelly Bean and Ultra Sour from Bedcan, obviously both pretty good, as I did just say through there. I didn't really want to talk on those episodes for now. I don't know, for the past 2 weeks. I'll see how it goes. I might start doing it again, but that's why I'm basically doing it here on the after parties. That's where the job is. The other one's kind of just straight info. But big shout out, bro, to you, Baker, my bro. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for all the help you have given me, bro. Like, I sincerely think about it a lot all the time, and it's a like great sign, a character trait on your part. Just respect, and absolutely. So what's up? Well, not even that, and also to the actual skill level too. It's obviously it's a very high level. Shows, I don't know, shows talent, or maybe it also shows experience. But yeah, sincerely, brother, I'll say that. Have integrity coming through. Good to see you. Don't think I've seen you before, but much peace and hope you're doing good. Good vibes and hydrate. That's right, man. And I hope you guys will join the yarndi. There you go, the ganja. And Jay Thomas, what's up, bro? Good to see you again. I'm actually in a bit of a situation myself. I'm usually one to partake in a bit of a spin or mix, as some people might call it. But I actually ran out just and I don't think any shops are open at the moment. Say that again. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. I could probably get the vaporizer out or just have it green. See how it goes. Either way, it's all good. Um, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you guys? Yeah, I do hope you guys have got some nice flower out there with you or whatever, even extract. I'm looking forward to that actually. Some extracts that will be coming to the availability on the program. We were told like earlier this year in February that around this time, June, July, uh, there should be some like rosins coming, um, or like solventless extract. Um, so yeah, definitely looking forward to that, just to see what it's like. And once again, like I have to say that these products, they aren't the ultimate standard of cannabis. They are very good. Obviously, their facilities are great. They're able to cure it and keep the environment pristine. Um, and it's better than the majority of standard of flower and product that is out there, I would say. But as I was saying, an educated home grower, someone, um, so who knows what I guess they're doing and can control the situations when they come about, will make a better product, most certainly. So, and I think it's also different too. Like, I mean, everybody, when we talk about techniques of growing and things like that, there are certain basics which are required in majority, most of the time, and they are going to work. Like, but each particular person is slightly different with their touch and their attention, and each person's particular environment is going to be slightly different. So, everything somebody tells you, take it in, and obviously, but it might not be exactly the same, and just situate, oh, what's the word, correlate directly for you. So that's one thing to take. And not to say that I'm a really experienced grower either, not at all. I'm definitely experienced um, patient per se, or someone who's medicated for a long time and has a lot of respect and passion for ganja. I find it a sacrament. It is sacred, more likely, more so than a medicine or something like that. It's an actual. It's amazing the fact that it's a plant that's been there, provides us so much help. It's in so many ancient scripts. We have a cannabinoid, an endocannabinoid system within our body, and a structure that's similar to this plant, which we, which resonates with each other. So that in itself is kind of crazy. That's just. Um, is it a major coincidence, or have we been partaking with this plant for so long to develop that structure, or is it just, was it meant to be? Even, who knows? But anyway, it's it's amazing, man. And on that same point, I'll turn around and say alcohol is poison. Like, I say that all the time to my friends who are, come around and, because it is, alcohol is a poison, and it's classified, and now cannabis is classified as medicine. So, not to say whichever. So, basically, in that, I never really drunk too much. I only would drink when, basically, socially or at the nightclub, because that's all you could really do. You can't smoke spliffs in the nightclub. You have to drink. So things like that. So that's definitely my experience with it. And so yeah, growing it, I wouldn't know everything. I do research a little bit, and being in the community, obviously, it's giving me more time to hear everybody's kind of experience. So yes, but I really appreciate it. Um, I'm just reading the comments here. Yeah, I guess currently, it's not. What we got here? Uh, about consuming cannabis in public, and which is quite a bit. I don't know if it's really understandable to me, because personally, um, I don't. I currently do, and I might call it you could call it a protest, I guess, but I would say personally, and I have before, I do it in a sense of to try to show people as an example, like that it's not harming anybody. They're not harming it. All it would be, and I do get looks here and there sometimes, and I can tell that they're shocked. The reason that they're shocked is from an uneducated stigma, a stereotype that they have about it. Because all they did, they took a whiff, or they smelled something that was unfamiliar to them, and had a like prejudged thought, right? And I do that, and exactly because that's all it really would be. It's just going to be a smell in the air for a little while, which is going to be what it is, just a wafting scent, and then it's gone, and then I'll be gone too if I'm walking past somewhere or whatever. So it's not really, and that's what for people to um, and I guess, and see, and I'm thinking there an example, you wouldn't want to see somebody, sitting down on the middle of the footpath with a full chop bowl bogging on, like, and they bong and just sitting there having a chop. Like, I mean, not to, oh, I guess it just wouldn't be kind of considerate, maybe, but not to say I wouldn't want to see it, but in the same way with the alcohol. And then it just made me think, because when I went to Europe, in England, you were able to carry one open can of alcohol or one open bottle or something when you were in public or on the public transport system. This is in London. So over in Australia, that's not the case. It's kind of, you're not allowed to have an open drink in public, and most times, so it's up to the officer in discretion if they were able to find you. If they were so find you, so they might tell you to spill it out. They could give you a charge, or um, we'll see something like that. So you're not supposed to. So same way with the cannabis, that's what I'm thinking. Um, and you wouldn't want to see somebody drinking like having a full session of drinking a full beer carton there on the footpath. So me walking down the street having a joint would be, I see it in the same way as having one open canister of drink, as they kind of regulate in London. As long as I'm not outrunly or doing this disturbing behaviour, there's no issue. So, but currently that's not the legislation. But yeah, as I said, that's definitely, I've thought about that, and it's not the main reason why I'm doing it out there, to just to show everybody you can, but it's a fact. I factor that in for sure, and and I'd only be doing that in the sense of, because I'm out and I have to go out, and I would like to medicate at this point. It's not like I want to go outside and smoke, as I just said before. Because that's the same thing with nightclubs back in the day. If they did have the area or the capacity to leave smoke cannabis, then I would have, rather than to drink. But hopefully it's there in the future. Even getting involved in this industry actually is something that's of major concern to me. I'd love to, and I've been having a look, and there's so many different options, obviously, but it's going to grow dramatically. It's kind of pricey to get involved in distribution or production. I mean, that'd be a 5-figure license fee. So, maybe in a group, if we were to get some really kind of dedicated people. But even I was thinking, like, just a community, open up a club or just a shop related to it, just something, because it's growing immensely. And there was something on this YouTube thing I saw They're talking about the news. It was on like one of the Australian morning shows, and they were talking about how many scripts are going out. And this some guy from one of the, I can't remember what company it came from. It wasn't a cannabis company. It was like the Bureau of Statistics or something like that, or the Health Board. Basically saying that they've handed out 216,000 prescriptions in the past 6 months. Now, in saying that, I would say probably that's individual prescriptions too. So breaking it down, you probably get maybe a range from 3 to 6, or maybe 3 to 9 different products, depending on your prescriber on each script. So that 216,000 would have to be broken down, I guess, by 4 to 5 to relate that to how many people that would be. So I'm guessing that's my like gut instinct. That would be like if you broke that down to 4 or 5, or maybe even just say like average. I think because some companies doing 2 to 3 strains, some are doing like up to 9. So let's just say 4. If you was 216,000, and it'd be about break that divide by 4, so maybe about 50,000 people in the past 6 months have been trying to access it, which is, that's, I mean, just even that, and I'm not sure if that's guaranteed, but that's a pretty hefty number, and it's obviously growing really quickly too. Because that's what I think. That's what they were trying to say, that the fact that it's well, see that's what it was, because that was the Today Show, and the host was saying, "Oh, it's been such a quick rise, or a dramatic rise in such a short time since 2016," and that actual statistics I was saying, actually no, it hasn't been. It's been quite like exponential, or it's going at the same rate, but the fact that it's going higher and higher, meaning there's going to be more and more people, so there's got to be a major influx on the infrastructure of the program and how they distribute it and everything like that. So, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. It's good to see there's a good discussion going on in the chat there. It's good, bro. I'm not really sure what's being said, but all good, all good. Appreciate everybody hanging around, man. Yeah, I mean, like he says here, and I think that's the in relation to smoking in public. What's up, Mr. PDF? Hope you're doing good, sir. What if children see, and obviously I'm not, I do fully respect that. I'll definitely try and avoid children if they come across. I won't spark it up if I'm about to, and I can see some children coming towards me. I'll definitely wait. Or even go out of the way, but. That's the main. I think that's part of the legislation and the law too. That's the one of the main reasons you can't, because you're not supposed to be exposing them to children at all, which is I guess fair enough. But as long as, I think, just honest education and what's the word, and behavior, just being realistic and being honest, that's probably the best thing for the children, rather than saying no, you shouldn't have it and they shouldn't be exposed to it until they're 18, and trying to even demonize it before they even know what it is. Not to say go and roll it out to them and give it to somebody who's underage, not at all, but I don't think. Yeah, and obviously it is slowly changing. Things are, people's attitudes towards it, they're becoming, not that, I'm sure those issues were always, those attitudes were always there too. Majority of people weren't, they didn't have a stigma upon cannabis. They probably even engaged in it, but the fact that it was illegal, they had to keep that, behind closed doors kind of thing, and keep it to themselves. So more and more people now can be open about it. And, hopefully the attitudes will be there. And that's realistic talking to the children. So, cheers, Cloudscape. No worries. And no, yeah, I'll probably just hang out a bit. For a little bit more. It's been about 20 minutes. I think the link is up there somewhere in the chat. No pressure. I might put open up a different little video in a sec or something. I haven't even had a video yet. It's been 20 minutes. I've just been yappity yapper. But as I said, I don't have any mix at this moment. And Adelaide is quite a town to shut shops early, which is very interesting. I found that when I first got here too, like coming from Brisbane, things at and West End Brisbane actually, which is kind of really central Brisbane. So like there would be access to things 24/7, like shops and things like that. Mind you, saying that when I first moved to the city, when I first moved to Adelaide, I lived in the actual CBD in this university place, and across the road there's a Coles, which is the supermarket here, and that opens. That has a really great hours. It opens at 12 a.m. Monday to Friday and shuts at 9 p.m. So it's only shut for 3 hours on weekdays. Then on the weekend, I will be, I think, like 9 to maybe 9 to 9 or something. It's only like it's pretty good because there's really not much time that it's closed. Like over the weekend, there's a little bit of time there where it's not closed. I mean, where it is closed during the late hours. But even then, and then you're in the CBD, like literally in the center of the city, and you'd be thinking there's something open, but really there's not much. There's one or two 24/7 restaurant food places. There's the casino, obviously. So that does have some sort of, and that's probably in every kind of city around Australia, or capital city anyway. And yeah, so it was a real bit of a shock, but it is what it is. And now, where I'm at, like it's just 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. If you haven't got your things from the shop, then you're pretty much stuck. Like you could find a 24-hour petrol station somewhere around, but the closest one to us is like the one that's closes pretty early. But anyway. Yeah, on the Sunday, is at the Coles in WA. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find. I mean, that was interesting because in Brisbane it was like 9 o'clock to 9 o'clock, or maybe 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock on the weekday, 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock on the weekends. So there's a lot of time there. It's closed at night time. But hey, it probably be so good to get your own produce going, and just being able to, and people really should be really thinking about that a lot, like as probably people were in society only like 4 generations ago, if that, and like 4 and onwards, like it was very common for people to be growing their own food, having farm, getting from their local distributor. Even that's really gone out the window. Hey, I remember being a child, and like my parents would, sometimes go to drive like just maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, just a little bit side out of the city, and you'd be going to these farms just to pick up produce directly from these people. And That's how they do it. And then obviously there are still people doing that, but it's Coles and all these things that just made people. That's how they get their food. It's all like a lot of it's processed, and even the fresh produce from these places, they are to a certain kind of. I guess they're built in they're grown in a certain way because they have to be shipped. So they're picked a little bit unripe and they ripen across shipping and things like that. Um, the seedless things and stuff. So it's not the same as some farmer guys growing it or you trying to do it in your yard, which would be so cool. And it's yeah, I don't think it's too much out of the picture. It's something definitely that's not being um, incentivized or discussed by uh, you know the authority. I guess like they wouldn't be promoting that idea at all, which is kind of sad to see. But I would really hope that that's something that does occur. Because even I myself, man, I don't like eating junk and all that processed stuff. I really don't. And it's easy to say, and like, easy to say, harder to do. Really, like, depending where you are and what you're doing, how much time you have, and what's going on, and how much preparation you did. Um, sometimes it's there. And not to say I never did. I've only started being really, I guess, mature or thinking about things and in the past like few years, really. Uh, was always respectful, but I definitely think I took a lot of my youth for granted. Like I had a pretty not spoiled, but in no way was I like would I be missing out on things and. I was very fortunate, man. My parents worked so really hard in their life, and they still do, man. I mean, not like they've finished working and stuff, but it's just, yeah, it's admirable. And I didn't really take that into account at all until I was like out of the house and in my like late 20s, so mid 20s even. Um, what's this saying over here? Chicago police officers, no tickets for smoking weed on porches in yards, Chicago Sun-Times. Okay. We can have a bit of a look at that maybe. I'll just type that in there and see if it comes up with anything. And actually, that I remember them talking about burner and cookies coming here. And I was told it's coming through Relief. Oh, here we go. It's come up here. It's Chicago sometime. So that was a while ago. I'm still waiting for that and looking forward to that. Just thinking about, because that's basically my kind of ideal and my dream world would be where everything is completely, or as high as grade as possible, and that's the only sort of cannabis that we are dealing with. Some people might not want super potent ones, so that's fair enough. So make the like low potency ones for them, but make it high grade. And it's just everywhere in the world. It's high grade ganja, high grade product. Because I just don't. Anyway, it is what it is, and where we at? We're going here. We're talking Chicago. You can smoke weed in your backyard or back porch. CBD to officers, no tickets. Chicago police are stopped not to issue citations. We'll go to this one here. This is all in 2019. So, from the Cannabis Law Report. Chicago Police Department instructs officers not to issue citations to people using cannabis on porches, patios, balconies, or in backyards. Chicago Police Department issued a new edict to officers Thursday instructing them to not issue citations to people whose sole violation is using marijuana on porches, patios, balconies, or in their backyards. Adult recreational marijuana use becomes legal in Illinois on January the 1st, this is 2019, or 2020 then. A caveat of the law stipulates that pot use in any public place is still prohibited. The new directive comes 2 weeks after the Chicago Police Department said people could still be ticketed for using marijuana in backyards or on porches or balconies visible to the public when drug is legalized. Mayor Lori Lightfoot and interim Superintendent Charlie Beck subsequently issued a statement saying that the department recognized that the individual using cannabis in their own backyard or balcony poses no direct threat to public safety and no resident should be arrested or ticketed solely for such a scenario. The directive also says if a person arrested for an unrelated offense such as retail theft has a legal amount of marijuana on their person at the time of the arrest, then the marijuana will be inventoried as personal property instead of recovered narcotics. Arrestees will be able to pick up their marijuana at the evidence and recovered property section of the police department's Homeland Square facility. As of January the 1st, adults 21 or older can possess up to 30 grams of flower, 500 milligrams of THC in a cannabis-infused product, or 5 grams of cannabis concentrate in Chicago. So that's pretty cool. You can walk around with about an ounce or, that much worth of potency edibles, 5 grams of hash, I guess, or an extract, which is quite, that's a lot that on one trip. If you just, because if you could come back home and get some more for yourself, that's enough. What's it say down the bottom here? Click on to read the full directive. So that's the little official document. Hi guys, we're not gonna blah blah anymore. Even though we used to arrest you, we're not gonna do that anymore. That is true. Oi, what's up, Mr. Puppet? Peace, my bow. We're just chilling out here. I'm just doing some, I know we're just talking. I'm just talking actually to myself, really. Talking into the computer, but talking to you guys. That's most definitely about some cannabis culture. And I'm conversating here. Trying to see some of these comments and definitely if anybody wants to come up, I think the link is there in the chat, and because I definitely love hearing about how the cannabis culture is in different areas and different communities and how it is for different people, and it's good to see that. That's one reason why I kind of like doing late night streams here in Australia, because it allows people in the UK or the US or anywhere in the world really, like, this is the time where they're waking up. So no pressure or anything though. No pressure. All good. So I'll keep talking for a while. I've got a few people. Appreciate everybody listening, and hope you're doing good. Sunshine, my bro. Hope you're well. But yeah, I'd love to know what strains you guys are all puffing on at the moment. Excuse me. Check this out. So 34 minutes into it. I don't know, 35 minutes, and I still didn't puff the billy. As I said, because I don't have the mix, but here we go. I'll partake, eh? So, bombalaz, shibram, as we know. Rasta, as we know. Ganja is the plant, man. Free the yarndi. Blessings, give me some doings, everybody. I better turn my thing off because Yummy. I guess when you have it green, you really get the full flavor and effect. I realize that, but I definitely think I don't mix much. I put about 20%. So, but still, it's a different smoke. So I think I really realize I need the nicotine at the moment. Well, I like smoking the nicotine with tobacco. I guess that's another issue too. A lot of people probably bag people out in Australia for smoking mix, where if you I was going to end it. My internet bugged out. Oh, and actually, I was running a hotspot, and the phone's battery ran out. Did a bit of a Tassie. So, but we're back, and I don't think anybody moved. I think the same amount of people here just chilling out. You guys must have been talking to yourself, or just chilling out and doing your thing. Appreciate that, then. I'll probably stick around for another 15 minutes or so. Hope I get an hour, maybe. I was gonna go. I was like, oh, I'll cook something, but I got into I've been eating the pho, like that soup, Vietnamese beef noodle soup. I'm really liking that at the moment. So I bought that you can buy these because the main part of that is making the broth or the soup. It takes hours on end, I guess. So they say, or even overnight to let it simmer. And so I've tried some more different recipes. I really liked it, just see what's around. But anyway, you can get from the as we were just talking about before, supermarket and products and stuff like that, and other fresh made and making your own. And that's the reason too. Like obviously back in the 20s and in the 1800s, the product. I mean, the quality of the food and the taste of it was just on another level. Like I mean, if you could imagine the desserts and cakes and things sweet sour making, the cream, it was the milk, it was so much more wholesome. It was direct from a cow. Sugar cane would have been used. The vegetables, just so much more full flavored, obviously. So you could, but on that note, you can get this beef stock, when you buy vegetable stock, chicken stock, and things like that. They've got this for ready-made stock. So I was a bit, because I had a look on the internet, and that's what they were saying. It's like to get the authentic, it takes at least 5 hours, few hours of cooking the broth or overnight. A couple of them were saying you can use like a beef base, like a stock, like a really intensive concentrate to put in some boiling water, and it will come out if you don't have the time. But a lot of people said the taste is not quite the same. Anyway, so I've seen that thing there, and I was like, well, first I looked at it for a long time, and I was like, yeah, nah, maybe not. But then I just bought it the other day. I thought, all right, I'll give it a go. And I tried it. I just had a quick go at it. Thought, I bought a little bit to buy to make a few portions, but it worked. But I'd probably say I need to intensify the flavor. So I could recognize what it was, most definitely, and I enjoyed it. I finished what I ate. It wasn't like I threw it away. But it kind of done it. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably you've got to for that particular one. It's like they char the aromatics like the ginger, onion. Actually, I didn't get shallots, but then I didn't do that. And so maybe just doing that and putting that in the broth as well. But it's a ready-made stock, so that flavor should already be there. It's not part of the directions, but I think if I did do that, it would. Hey, what's up, Mr. Squid? How are you, dude? Good to see you, bro. If I put that in, the flavor would be like pretty. It'd be pretty. Well, as I said, I ate it and I could recognize that flavor, but it'd be so much more enjoyable, I guess. But yeah, I'll be doing that after this, and I might film it. I was thinking about titling it "FairGrow Has a Go at Fo" or something like that. But do that, and I've also got this tea as well. Like definitely, I was looking up the like bang. It's a drink in India, like the bang lassi, like a lassi, that yogurt drink, but they'll put cannabis with it. And they've been doing it for a long, long time. And I was watching a documentary the other day, and basically, like, it was only in 1985, after pressure from the US uh, war on drugs, that they legalized. They made it illegal, right? Because of all the tourists going there, I guess, and stuff like that. But they kept the leaf legal because of that fact. It was being used in religious ceremony, so the government has respect to that. So they were obviously using the flower before 1985 to make these drinks, but now you can do it still, and a lot of people do it on a particular day of the year, but they use the leaf um, only. Well, that's what's the regulation. Uh, so I tried to do that too with all the tips that I've got. I gave it a go, and it worked really nice. Like, I'd done it before, like cooked it from a really small scale, just using like not even half a gram of high grade flour, putting it in some simmering or hot milk with some cream, butter, and sugar, and just let it simmer for a while. The longer you leave it, obviously, the more it comes through. But after about 15-20 minutes, I could smell it in the kitchen. The color had changed a little bit, and it had a really good effect. It was really good. And also the tea, same thing. And obviously this one just pretty much did a similar thing, but I looked it up in the process on the internet. So there are different ones. Some of them, because I've seen that they don't even use milk. Um, in some of them, it's basically citrus. That's what's activating it. So they use water, the leaf, or the green material, and some citrus, which I'm not sure how that works, and I would still love to work it out. Because from what I know, that it's the the yogurt, the dairy, that what attaches, like what enables us to absorb it through the fats that locks onto our receptors. Once it's combined, like the TH, the active ingredient, combines with the fat molecule, and then it comes onto us, and we can absorb it. But obviously, there is that other way through the citrus thing. But anyway, um, I did it with just the milk, but before doing that, it says to decarb the actual green leaf material to obviously get the most uh, effectiveness out of it. Rather than putting it in an oven, they're putting it in water, and they're boiling it in the water. Um, and that says that will decarb it. So I tried that, and I did the process, and I don't know. I thought to myself, with the leftover product or the water, it's gone like a tea color. So it's pretty much just a tea. And I also used it too. I drank that as a tea after. But then putting a little bit of ginger in the. I also put a few. I didn't have any Um, I used like a muesli cereal, which had like sunflower seeds and a few different things. So I picked out those little bits, and I put it there because the recipe said use almonds or something like that, because that also actually will help with the fats if you crush them up and the absorption. Um, so yeah, just did that, and it was really good. And with the ginger and some sugar, it really gave it like that chai flavor. So the flavor was really enjoyable. And the effectiveness was really good. It was very, very calming. I didn't feel I needed to smoke as much as usual throughout the day. Really good, and I kind of measured it too. Like, I did it twice, so I might film it as well, but like just using a few grams of tip and not really flour itself, just like kind of little bits of pistils and tiny small nugs, but mostly leaf. But pretty cool, definitely pretty cool. That's right, man. There's a bit of that's right. It's interesting to like you're saying how food might not be as healthy. I mean, what is food is supposed to be like what sustains us, right, and nourishes us and helps us grow. Essentially, that's what it's about, right? So the better the quality of the food, and the better quality of life, really, and growth. But that's funny to think that the production of like processed food, and because it's quicker and it's easier made and distributed in these certain ways they do now, rather than the old natural process. It's kind of you know led to a bit of a detriment in health for people. I don't really like, as much as possible. I guess I definitely don't eat things like McDonald's and all that. Like well, maybe once or twice a year if I'm somewhere around and something's like whatever. But not to say, like with my niece and nephew, they'll have it. Not all the time. No way, they wouldn't burn it. My sister and that, but they want it, and their friends are having it. So they feel like they miss out, I guess, if they don't have it, and so they're allowed to have it. But because that in itself, I think that's ever it's not even food half with that stuff. Like it just barely passes the requirements that they're set. Like a certain percentage of actual meat, and the other stuff is just filler, like to make the burger patties or something. It's just like or like I feel like some sort of soy or something to bulk it out. Yeah. Or preservatives or something even synthetic, artificial. Might not even be soy. But anyway, I mean, and that's the way it's like shit. I'm not saying we all realize that, and we have realized that, and it just continues on and on. So is it the lobbying interests, or is it just like people want it, or people don't mind? Who knows? We got Hookster. Hookster's come up in the back. Everybody go check out the Aussie Girl Show. If you want, get some good.
Raz, how are you, mate? Watching Netflix, and I only just got the notification, and I got for a couple of hours ago. Come up, you're still on. Awesome to see you, mate. Up late.
Yeah, I just did the stream review. Hopefully, it come out right. Earlier, I had a tech issue. I was going to stop at an hour, but I was up.
I thought I'd jump up before you logged off. I thought it was almost an hour, so I have a billy. I'm going to fucking head to bed myself. Having your last billy.
I'm not even really tired at the moment, eh?
Yeah.
I didn't sleep well. Maybe
it's weed.
Yeah, it's the sativa. That's why. I'm smoking strong sativa. It's not making me go to bed.
Right, you and me both. This is how it is with the sativa. It's that kind of weed. I mean, it's great for the day. So, but when it gets to the night and you're still smoking, it's like, damn, I need some night weed, man. I don't know. G'day everyone in chat. Come on. Have a good night. Good day tomorrow, Sunday. We've got beautiful weather here today.
Yeah. I hope it's sunny tomorrow again. I'll do that. Did you do the Grow Show today?
No, man. I've had a break this week. I haven't streamed this week since I'm just hanging out at other channels. So this is the only week I haven't done since I started.
All right. Okay, cool.
First weekend I've had off in 2 years.
Yep.
From doing it. So sort of take a week off and relax and get back to the family.
Wow. That's solid effort every week for 2 years.
But I removed every bit of my all top 6 of my videos all of the top 6 incoming like stream sort of like to the channel. I removed it all, and my views have already gone up. And since I've been offered 2 Mars Hydro lights. Since I took everything off, so all that's on there now is the Grow Show stuff and a few bits and pieces of other acceptable content. But I've got none that are restricted. I took them all down just to see. I figured I've done it for 2 years. What the hell? I just gain, like, I'll just work back up for that algorithm again if I have to. But the algorithm sort of worked for me by removing that. Of course, the subscribers have slowed down, but hey, who cares? It is better content.
Yeah, that's right, bro. You're at the level now where, you know,
Well, I got
you've reached recognition
today,
from them.
Fair. I got an offer from. Let me check. Oh, my phone's off. It's Mars Hydro and some other company, but they're not really. They're offering to work with me, but they're not really offering any deals. Do you know what I mean? They started saying, "Oh, you know," and I wrote a message back to them, both saying, "You know, thank you, kind regards. I'm definitely interested. Let me know what you're thinking of, and if it works for both of us, then maybe we can do something." But
yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want these jacking my channel. Like, I don't want them to go, "You need to do a video every week with Mars Hydro in it." I'm like, "Nah, I don't do that," kind of thing. I mean, promo codes for people to buy lights. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
like a promo
that'd be cool. Yeah,
it's a lot more risky with actually setting up a hydro. I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't think they understand the position over here. So maybe if they let me grow tomatoes, I'll grow tomatoes. No worries. I'll take the lights for tomatoes, but there's no way I'll be growing weed with it on YouTube until the laws change. I'm not that fucking crazy. Jeez. You know, have the cops on my door. So
that's good though. Definitely, that's a pretty cool thing. Definitely do that. You know, Aussie Grow Show 15 or whatever, and you can get a discount.
Yeah,
that's a decent thing.
I could see lights there for like they're $100. They're big savings. Like they'll show one of them. I saw a catalog what savings they'd give me. They're pretty big, but I don't know much about.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know too much about.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking, because exactly that's the whole time you've been on it, you've been like, hey, indoors, something really the thing.
So it defeats the purpose of me, like, and what I'm about personally. The idea of having them offered might be as far as good enough to whet the taste buds and not accepting them, waiting for better products. Like if they had an outdoor light system that could supplement, you know, that might be more up my alley. But otherwise, I think stick to the bombs. Is that right?
I found some mix. Yeah, I've been smoking.
You mean a mix?
No, that's why I haven't been smoking as much as I don't have any ciggies with me, and all the shops are closed.
Ah, gotcha.
So.
All right, mate. I'll leave you with it. Have a good night. Oh yeah.
All right,
That's good. Beautiful. Finally, the hit that actually did it. Cheers, mate. G'day, integrity. Cannabis sativa used for recreational medical purposes. Indeed it is. I use it as an all-day weed, actually. Always have. Use the usually the hydro cannabis that I buy is always indica, so it's better for sleep. But the weed I grow and the weed, you know, I get mostly is in fact sativa because it's outdoors. Rightio. Well, I'm on FairGrow Australia.
All right, brother.
Make sure you hit the sub. guys, if you're just new to the channel, tell a friend. And I'll see you cats when I'm looking at you. G'day, Cloudscape Stereo. Gotta swallow these spit.
Oh, Sunshine, you've been sitting there, brother. I didn't see you. Sorry, my man. This got, this is the, I don't know, Hooks has just left. We got one left. We got another one just jumping up. Books, Sunshine's there. How are you, brother?
Good, you?
Doing alright? Yeah, I'm alright, bro. Just chilling. Just found a little bit of backy, so, can I,
Smoking
have
tobacco.
a bit of... Nah, I mean, I always smoke mix, right? So,
You?
yeah, like not hella much, but about 20% mix. So I can bear green smoke, and I don't mind it. And I just had one before, and it's like a lot more tastier and effective. But as I said, it's like I kind of think I like the smoke of tobacco too. That little bit of tobacco smoke, nicotine being there. Anyway, what are you up to?
Each to
Having
their
a chop.
own. Just having a mix. Well, not a mix. I can't call it a mix because it's green. I only smoke green.
Oh, well, yeah, you call it mix. I grew up with calling that spin, but then coming down to Melbourne and Adelaide, people call it mix. Have a mix ciggy. You got a mix? But then I understand the bowl is a mix in itself, right?
Can't really see it.
Ooh, look at that. Hang on a second. I'll get you on the big screen. Whoa. Green planet. Yes, yes.
It's alright.
Wow, bro. That looks a real nice structure. Which
Does
one's
the
that?
job. Does the job.
What sort of
I like
characteristics
these
are there?
These fucking Kmart jars, they're like $2-3 each. 1
Oh,
liter.
yeah.
They look
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. I got the dollar shop one. I've seen those ones. The same thing as some dollar shops have got them. But mine's fucking empty at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta have a nice jar. Fuck keeping it in a bag.
Oh yeah, even one of the comments on the Canada reviews, the fella was like, they kept the ultra sour in the jar and it got better, rather than keeping it in that tub they give you.
Yeah, jar is far superior in every way.
I was going to say, what traits do you find from that flower you got? Is it like an indica, sleepy, body stone, or
This one's
another?
a sativa, but I've just mixed it with an indica.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's decent.
I've never actually done it before. I've never mixed these two, so should be alright.
Yeah, nice. How was work today or this weekend?
Couldn't be fucked. But did it anyway.
What were you saying last time? Your people don't speak English. The people in your kitchen don't speak English, is it?
No,
It's not their first language. Oh.
Huh?
Or someone I noticed something else.
Do.
Yeah.
That wasn't the issue.
It was you that said something, eh? There's an issue with the particular. Anyway, don't have to say it again.
I'm not sure, but I resigned, and tonight was pretty much my last shift.
Oh, look out. He really couldn't be effed anymore, eh? Fuck this shit.
Nah, there was a bunch of. I've got for one thing, I've got OCD. I'm super clean, and everyone that I worked with were fucking disgusting slobs, leaving shit behind them. Like I just did my fucking head in. After a while, I got to the point where I couldn't. It just annoyed me. I was constantly cleaning up after these fucking slobs.
What does management think about that? The cleanliness and shit. Did they get up to them? Or did they just clean it after? It was just their working process was really sloppy.
I didn't give them a reason. They're like, "Oh, why are you leaving?" I'm like, "I'm no comment." That's what I said.
No, I was talking about the management picking up these people who are usually sloppy, Like, do they say anything to them?
No, they don't. No, they
Happy
stay
go
out
lucky.
of it.
Yeah. True that, eh? You're just like, oh, well, see you later, mate. Give me my check and I'll
You
see
gotta
you
find
later.
some clean people to work with.
Do you get a meal from that place every kind of shift?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like say, be like, look, mate, I'm out of here.
Huh?
Cook me a steak and I'm gone. You know, when you resign,
Um,
you can be like,
nah.
nah, that's cool. Have you got anything else lined up? Oh,
No.
great.
No.
Yeah.
Won't be an issue.
That's pretty full on then, eh? If we got to that level that you just had to leave the work that, you know.
I just got sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just grinded on me, brother.
Probably. Other places? Not before. You worked in many kitchens? Or only a couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably maybe, I don't know, 15 or 20.
Oh shit, that's heaps.
Yeah.
So these guys are the worst of the worst though, eh? There must be some. When you watch on the TV, you see some of these restaurants like Gordon Ramsay show and that, and other ones. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they're you notice how on those shows they're all fucking loonies? Well, that's the reality. They're all fucked up. You have to be fucked up to get into the restaurant business. Usually you have an alcohol problem or a drug problem or whatever, gambling. They're all fucked. It makes it
it's
interesting.
very few of them have actually like developed really tasty food and a passion to be like, oh, this is what I want to serve people and get it out there. It's like, oh man, I've got to come up with some income somehow. How can I do it?
Yeah, well, for some people, it's just a means to support their drug habit or their fucking gambling habit or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah,
they don't enjoy it.
yeah. Do you reckon you want to own your own place one day?
Not really. I don't want to have to deal
No.
with government policy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Government are getting worse and worse by the day, and they're a head fucked. What they've done to the hospitality industry over the last 2 years is fucking disgraceful. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true, eh? I wouldn't
Not a
really
good time to be
understand it.
opening a restaurant. I mean, I could do it, but anything's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, true, eh? Like, they would have had a major hit through the lockdown and all this stuff.
You got no idea. So the profit margins are going down and down every day. Prices are going up.
Yeah.
People are less wanting to come out. They can't get employees. It's impossible to find people because they shut the borders. Kind of relied on big visas, people from overseas, but
Well,
they made that impossible. There's massive crisis. It's reached crisis level to the point where some people can't open. A lot of people are closing during the week and opening weekends only. Shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, you basically having to work harder than you having to work really hard to make a profit.
And just go, yeah. I noticed that too. Like, I've been kind of going out a little bit, and then over the past couple of months, as they've been talking about the grocery prices going up, and I noticed that too going to the supermarket. Like, it's a pretty fair, like a big increase on some of the items, but the prices of the restaurant food was staying the same. And I was thinking, hang on, it might even work out to be pretty much, close to the same if I just go out. But then in the past week, pretty much every single place I went to, they've all jacked it up a little bit, which is fair enough. That's what they've got to do because the prices are going up, and it's like good. So I just be able to notice that they all had to put it up $1.50 or whatever it was.
that's what people have to understand is that everywhere's paying more for shit now. So it's like you've got to just sort of accept it. You know, don't take it out on people that are upping their prices. They have to up their prices to stay in business, otherwise they're fucked.
Yep, that's right. They're not there to just like feed you. It's fair enough.
It's kind of like survival of the fittest at the moment.
Wonder if the margins of like these fast food outlets have been impacted the same, you know? Like if McDonald's has really had any impact to it over the lockdown or have had an increase even, who knows, but be interesting to hear.
I think corporate interests usually get bigger. Like, I don't know, people tend to sort of trauma eat, if you know what I mean, like to make themselves feel better about how shit things are. They'll like eat worse food. So yeah, I'd say that their profits would increase.
Something to So when was your last shift? Tonight? Or last night? Or just thinking. Oh, last week.
Can you hear that noise? That noise is coming from your end.
Oh, it's the chopper coming back. Is it the helicopter?
Something like that.
Is it? Yeah. It's something wrong with this microphone. I'm glad it didn't like it worked through the stream.
It's
I'll probably close down. Yeah, I'll close down. Been on there for an hour. So heartbeat. Oh, see, it's just doing it now, and later it'll go. Funny
Yeah.
shit. All right, hang on a second. So I appreciate everybody hanging around. Hope you enjoyed the chat, but technical difficulties have come up, and we're gonna go out. So I'll see you guys soon. All stay well. You got anything to say to them, Sunshine, if you want?
Like what?
I don't know. You got any inspiring words for the people?
Words. Strap yourself in.
Okay. You heard that straight from me on FairGrow. I've been here the whole time. That's not very good. I hope it wasn't that annoying. Peace, everybody. Take care.